Hey guys, what's going on? Dace here, and today we are going to be checking out something that I'm super stoked to be sharing. Now, I was dipping into this yesterday night and the night before, but 2 nights ago it was kind of like I booted up and the tutorial was like, okay, I was kind of like streaming, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to like just do this on my own time, learn the game, and then start streaming, and then yeah, also just do a YouTube video when I actually know what to do instead of just sitting there learning the ropes for a while. So anyway, last night was like my first official time really getting into the nitty gritty of the runs and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, this is going to be Dungeon of the Endless, which just showed up from Signature Edition Games. Man, when I first came across this game, I was immediately intrigued. So if you guys don't know what this is about, essentially you're on this spaceship traveling and you're shot down by some mysterious whatever, and you crash land your escape pod on this planet, and it like, I think it's like a emergency precaution, it like burrows deep down to like get away or whatever. So anyway, long story short, you are 13 layers deep or levels deep in this planet, and you've got to work your way up level by level, and it's kind of like tower defense and dungeon crawling, and I was just so intrigued by this story, and just, yeah, the whole thing. So anyway, we are gonna jump in. First, we'll watch this epic scene. Oh man, they're screwed. So there's our pod. You have other pods that you can choose from or unlock, and they all have like different things they grant or like whatever, you know the drill. We're not going to go over all this kind of stuff, but it will be neat to unlock these and more characters. So anyway, my favorite character so far is Krayang, the lore keeper. He's pretty dope. So you get to start with 2 characters. I have sampled the Warpug, I've sampled Wes, and I've used Max O'Kane, and I've also used a Gork. But you know what, for this one, what do we want to do? You know what? And of course they all have different stats, so like you can, I just love the fact that there's just so much variety right from the get-go, things to just be taking into consideration. This is a game where like there's going to be a lot of like run after run after run as you learn the ropes and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think I want to go with someone who's like got some fairly balanced stats, or even the speed. Sasha is pretty sweet. I just want to compare a little bit. You know what? I think we're gonna go with the Beastmaster. Oh man, she's a beast. Word counts. So anyway, trust everybody is having a stellar one. I just finished my afternoon coffee, and I was like, yeah, you know what? It would be really cool to showcase Dungeon of the Endless. Now, one thing I have noticed right off the bat, which is pretty much the only issue I've noticed so far, is that the game crashes quite a bit. Now, the only progress you will lose is, like, let's say you're on level 3 and you're like halfway through the map and it crashes. You won't lose the full run, but you will start off, like you can load up your file and it'll be at the start of the most recent level. So that's at least one thing. And I'm wondering if there's going to be a patch. I'll probably reach out to the peeps and just look at what that's all about. So anyway, you can control your characters independently or together. So I'm going to highlight both characters and just send them in together. So the way this works, my understanding anyway, is that at the top of the screen you have like all those like slots. I have 2 lit up right now out of like all those ones that are faded. And if I go like this, I've used one of my 2 available slots. And so I've just powered a room, which means that I can actually have things constructed in here and operational. So for instance, I could boot this up. We've got different resources to work with. So we have food, which you can use for leveling up. So because I actually have, oh, I'm 1 short. Otherwise I could just level up right now. But yeah, you have food for doing different things. You have industry for building, and then you have science for like studying new things, getting new inventions like turrets, all this kind of stuff. So I'm absolutely loving this game. It is so cool. So anyway, for now, we're gonna do an industry generator because that will just generates more industry in your dungeon, and that is definitely something we want. And we have 3 left over, so you know what? We're gonna go over to here and prisoner prod. We are just gonna build one of these little turrets. So anyway, the whole point of this game is this crystal, this yellow crystal, we want to safely transport that from level to level. So the way you do that is like, as you enter rooms, you'll get more resources, but the thing is there can be enemies in rooms. So it's kind of like you don't just want to go racing through the whole place just to like accumulate a ton of resources. You want to be smart about what you do and make sure like this and that, blah, blah, blah. We'll see more as we get into it. Now, that being said, the first level is kind of just like do whatever. Like there isn't going to be too much of a threat, but you've still got to be careful, of course. So prison uniform added to your inventory. So let's check out our equipment. Let's see who can wear it. Both of them can wear that, so we'll throw that onto Sasha because she has lower defense. And the thing is, like, when enemies... So it's not like enemies will even just always be in... Like, we might go into this next room here and there might not be anything, but, like, all of a sudden, during a turn, there might be enemies that come from, like, somewhere totally different, but only ever sections that you've already opened up. So, like, sometimes when I'm playing a run, I will just go in one direction before even touching any other directions, because, like, I just want to be able to stay on top of things. So anyway, what we're going to do is we will power this room. We've got 16 industry. I think as much as I'd love to, like, build up some defenses and stuff, I might hold off for now because I'd rather build, like, another generator of some sort, maybe get some more food so that I can level up one of my characters, which I can actually do now. So I will level up Krayang, so you can see all the stats that are being boosted, which is nice. And boom, level up. Okay, so let's send these 2 in here. Let's see what's up. And there's our first enemy, and he's toast. So we're gonna power this room. We've got 24 to work with. Is that enough for... No, we need 1 more. So you know what, we're just gonna run right in here. That'll give us +8, so we'll have 7 left over. And here's a dude, so let's do business. Let's see what you got, buddy. Okay, so no one's a sword wielder, so we don't want that. You can buy stuff and stock it if you don't have a character that can actually hold or like start using it. But otherwise, you just like buy and equip right from the get-go. But anyway, the prison soap is pretty sweet because it's like +80 to your health and +2 defense. That is pretty dope. So she has insanely low health. That's crazy. So I'm gonna give that to her. And that's that. And we got 32. So what we're going to do is, I think closer to home, we will put this. We'll build that. We've got enough to build 2 turrets here. So we'll just slot those in there, and we will just keep exploring. You might not want to look. This is where training gets ugly. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we got an attack happening. This guy right here, these 2 dudes. And it's great, like, I'm not the one doing the attacking. Like, your characters know what to do. All you've got to do is get them to, like, this room or that room. And if there are enemies, then they will just do the fighting. And you more or less just manage other things, which is nice, because, like, yeah, you definitely don't need to be the one fighting in this kind of game. So anyway, this... monument or like structure is where you can use your science to pay for studying new things, like I mentioned. So we can't afford any of this, but for instance, if we did the level 2, then it generates even more industry than just the level 1, of course. So it's really cool. typically I'm not into tower defense. I think one of my first ones ever was Aegis Defenders, and that was, excuse me, a mix of tower defense and like sort of Metroidvania platforming and just like exploring and stuff. So that was cool, but there was just something really, really captivating about this one. Okay, so I'm gonna get these guys out of here because they're taking a beating, and I'm actually just gonna set up a bunch of those, and those enemies will follow, but they will have a rude awakening. So let's just get you guys over here, let the guns do some work. Now what I've noticed is that, like, once you take out a full wave, you'll hear that noise that you just heard, and that means that your characters are fully healed. So like, as long as you survive the wave, you almost always heal. There have been a few times where I haven't, and I'm not sure why, but that's just that. So anyway, we don't have enough to build anything at the moment, so we are just going to keep exploring. We'll see if we can level up, which we can. So maybe, yeah, I think she could really use a boost just all around, so we'll do that. That helps her out. And we will continue to explore. So I'm not sure which rooms I want to power just yet. You can always deactivate a room you've powered, and then you get that that energy back. So it's not like that's a big deal ever. But it's just, dude, let's go like this. We'll just head in here and see what's up. Swing. And what do we got? Pea shooter added to your inventory. So let's check that. Let's see what this does. She can use it. That's decent. Attack power increase, DPS increase, and attack cooldown. Sweet. So I don't mind that. But what I do mind is how skimpy things are at the moment. So you know what? I'm almost tempted to just like throw a bunch of things in here, because the enemies will eventually make their way to the crystal and start hacking away at it. So we kind of want to like make sure we're staying on top of all that stuff. Anyway, we're gonna head into here, see what's up. Oh, another chest. Oh, and some dudes are coming. You know what? Let's just get these guys. That's the great thing. Like, you can just kind of run to a place where you know you have, like, for instance, let's say you've got like nothing in one room that you just entered, and there are tons of strong guys. You might as well retreat to a room where you know you have, turrets or things that are going to give you like a damage increase when you're in the vicinity, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot to this game. It's crazy, but it's definitely good times. Okay, so you know what? I think we're gonna build something here. We'll build 3 there, and we'll just keep exploring. Maybe well, you know what? We'll just search the downward route for now. It's crazy that we're already 13 minutes in. So anyway, it's up to you how much you explore, as long as you find like the official exit where you've got to then transport the crystal to. So sometimes like I will skip doing like a fully thorough search, but yeah, it really depends. Like sometimes if a map just happens to make it so it's super easy to just bolt to the exit because I find it super soon or something like that, or it's a straight path, I will just make a mad dash. But other times I will just take the time to, actually do a little more. So he's toast. Oh, dude. You know what? I don't think we need to do that. Okay, so that's a dead end. I suppose we could power... Yeah, I think I want to just hold off, but I kind of feel like leveling someone up. Yeah, man. Krang is like... It's not that I even have a full understanding of like what he can all do just yet, but like in terms of his look and feel, like I just love this guy. I'll probably always start with him for a long while anyway. Okay, so this is a dead end. Okay, there's someone else. I knew it because we didn't heal, so I knew there's someone coming. And I'm watching their health. There we go. Okay, so I don't need to... You can choose to heal them. It's like 3 food to like heal a hero. And if you have both highlighted, then you just kind of like burn through. But normally I like to see if I can just do it without healing. Because I'd rather put my food towards leveling up. Okay, peeps are probably on the way. Yep. And I'm not... I wonder if I can... Yeah, we can do that. And, okay. You know what? This guy is a bit of a beast. Okay, so we have maxed that out. We're sitting at 38 industry, so we can technically build... You know what? I think we'll go over here. We'll build one of these, get more food. And we'll use... Yeah, it's tricky to say what we want to do. I think, ideally, I like to have my structures protected a little bit, so we'll build 2 things there. And then we will just continue exploring. And because this is the first level, we're probably getting to the very end. Yeah, there we go, the last door. So this is where we want to transport the crystal to. So the thing to keep in mind with that is when you do it, one of your characters will be moving it, and of course they're going to be going at a fairly slow speed. So like, let's say you had a very slow character to begin with, you probably wouldn't want them to be the one moving it, because then it's going to be just that much slower. And as far as I've noticed, they can't attack while they're transporting it. So that's like, oh, okay, you want to just be on top of stuff like that and just very careful. Man, it's like we're so close to having enough food for like leveling someone up, and that's the thing, the resources do not carry over. So like you always want to make full use, because like I think you have like a set amount at the start of the next level. So anyway, let's bring the peeps here. This isn't going to be a super long video because we're almost at 20 minutes. I'll probably do like a bit of the first level and then we'll just go from there. But anyway, here we go. As soon as you grab that, the monsters are on the way like everywhere. So you know what we're going to do is we're just going to stay. We're going to go here. Actually, you know what? We're going to go here and just hold off. Because these guys are coming. Now sometimes you can just you can get away with just racing through the crowd of enemies, but in ways I kind of just want to let the turrets do the bulk of the killing. And holy smokes, oh my god. And the thing is, I haven't actually played enough to know whether enemies just keep coming or if there's a set amount. Gotta love the like cathedral organ. Jeez, man. It's just crazy. You know what? We're gonna put more turrets here because this is just getting ridiculous. And we're gonna just retreat here for a minute. And we'll build another there. Yeah, this is wild. I've never done this before. I've never usually I just make a beeline for, I just make the quickest dash I can possibly make. So, you know what? This is getting insane. I am just gonna rush the hell out of here and just get a move on, because I've never seen so many enemies. This is just nuts. And Sasha might be toast. Oh my god. What is even going on? Oh, we got a game over. Crazy. So that really says to me that, like, there's no reason to wait. When you have... Oh, man. When you have that way paved, you've got to go, because, like... Yeah, like I said, I've never seen that many enemies. That was just insane. I essentially let it just get out of hand. So, yeah, I think that's actually a great place to leave off, to be honest, because, like, the further you go, like, it just gets way, way more limiting. Like, it's, like, definitely a struggle to have enough resources to do things, and it just, yeah, it's really dangerous. So, I'm sure you guys can imagine. Now, to be honest, there was no reason for me to lose in that situation, because, like, we could have just raced to the finish line and gone to the next level, but I kind of felt like just seeing what would happen, and now we know. So anyway, this is Dungeon of the Endless. I'm definitely going to be streaming this because I think it's just perfect for that kind of setting, just working through that. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how far I can get. Last night I made it to level 4, and that was, like, really cool. But then it was just one of those situations where I didn't realize how crazy it would be. And then there was, like, one room I went into, and even though I had, like, equipment and, like, all this stuff and, like, tons of turrets and whatever, the enemies were just so strong that I was toast in a matter of seconds. It is just bonkers, but it's so fascinating. Like, you do this and you're just like, wow, there's so much to this, and it's just such a blast to see. Like I think there's just something about managing this kind of, like, these types of resources and all these, like, different conditions that you're dealing with. There's just something really cool about that. So I'm loving it so far. So anyway, let me know what you think down below. You guys have a stellar day, and we will definitely see you next time.